Okay, welcome to the 2025 Spring Placerville Arts Association Members Show. I'd like to introduce our judge, Carolyn Burns. She just got finished looking at all of our beautiful art, and we have a piece of her, a sample of her artwork here as well. So we hope you come and enjoy the show. It ends this Friday, April 11th. So if it's past April 11th when you're watching this, you're out of luck. Come in October. All right.
And where are we?
Oh, we are at the beautiful Government Center in Placerville, California, which is our favorite place because it's beautiful and we've got our sitters sitting here, we've got our table of silent auction pieces, we have a People's Choice, and we will be awarding that People's Choice ribbon on Friday at the reception. Isn't it? Show me.
Recording.
First place in photography, we're going to do photography first. First place in photography is this beautiful picture and I have it, I'm just a little, it's by Sylvia Coleman. It's called Secluded Shore, Tenaya Lake.
Good afternoon, I'm Carolyn Burns, and I'll be part of this little tour running around here. This scene is first place because it so speaks to what we all see here in Northern California, and it's very calming and relaxing. Who would want to dip their toes right there in the water?
Very nice.
Beautiful. Our second place winner is Leonard James for his piece, I'm okay, I had it, 062, his piece titled Haleakala Crater. Right here, this second place in photography.
I did not know where this was taken when I saw it, but the sweeping path through there, it just kind of invites the viewer to take a step in there and take a hike, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful scene that he captured.
Third place is also by Leonard James. This is White-necked Jacobin, I think. That's how you say it.
That is correct.
Okay.
Well, I just know it's a hummingbird. I had no idea what kind of bird it is other than hummingbird. But I have hummingbirds that visit my water feature at home, and I know how hard it is to capture a hummingbird in flight. So good job on this. It's beautiful.
And over here we have an honorable mention, which goes to Augie Gillespie. This one right here, it's titled Antelope Canyon.
Antelope Canyon, I assume it's in Utah, but I'm not sure. But the swirls in the rock formation, the sweeping movement really drew me in because it reminds me of a flamenco dancer with her skirts. So it's really, really well.
And a lot of people photograph this location, and she has put a unique spin on it that I haven't seen that exact point of view on it before. So it's very interesting to see what she's done with that. And I'm sure she'll be very excited for the award.
Great.
Okay, we have one more honorable mention here. This is another honorable mention in photography. This is titled Fiddleneck by Fab Soa Dobkowski.
Fiddleneck, fiddle-dee-dee. Just nature is so grand, and when you can capture something that's just about to unfurl like that, I really think it's eye-catching.
It is very nice, and I'm just going to step back a minute and show that she's brought in 3 photographs that could make a really nice grouping on a wall if someone was interested in purchasing all 3. I really like the consistency of the backgrounds and then the consistency of the focal point as well.
Are starting now with our pastel and drawing category, which includes a lot of different media: graphite, charcoal, colored pencil, pastels, even scratchboard, although we have no scratchboard this time. So I want to introduce you to the first place winner. This is, hold on, let me double check, make sure, it's called Sutter Street Folsom Farmers Market by Cynthia Hayes, first place.
Very nice.
It's just fabulous. I think here in Northern California we all appreciate the produce that we have available to us, and it's a fun time to always go to the farmers markets, and I just really like how it really speaks to our area. Northern California produce is the best, I think.
And do we think that's pastel? Is that the medium on that one?
I think it's colored pencil, but I'm not sure.
Let me check. 25, number 25.
Beautifully rendered.
It is pastel. Oh, I can't tell.
Well, I would ask a question that's hard to
You
answer.
would ask that. I don't know.
I think it's pastel.
I think it's pastel.
And I think just because I know the medium that she works in.
Yes.
And what was making me ask that question was the next one, because I think is that colored pencil?
This is colored pencil. This is second place. This is by some lady named Carolyn Cunningham.
That would be this
It's
person right here.
called Love Is All You Need. I just want you to know this is a little section, some girls, one of the girls I knew, they're in front of the John Lennon wall in Prague, in the Czech Republic. Not all of it is there like that anymore because they keep whitewashing it and graffitiing it over again. But this is all colored pencil.
It's bright, it's colorful, and all you need is love. I mean, that really speaks to our times. I really think that it's true. Love and kindness, we can spread that around some more, but it's beautifully rendered.
It's amazing that it's colored pencil, and because you almost think that's a photograph. Mm-hmm. It's just, it stuns me when she comes up with something like that.
Great attention to detail.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, our third place in pastel and drawing is titled Foxy Takes a Nap. This is by Gloria Vernon, and again, I'm pretty sure that's pastel.
Yes.
Okay.
It's exquisitely rendered. It's done so realistically that I just want to pet his little nose. I think I would feel the softness of the fur. It's just done so very well.
I'm just wondering if she coaxed that fox into her studio and posed it on that blanket. That's what I wonder.
Okay. And we have an honorable mention. This one right here. This is also by Cynthia Hayes. This is titled Shy Claire.
And
This
that's
is
also going to be
pastel.
pastel, yeah.
This is, well, it's such a charming composition. The viewer is peeking into the scene and the cat is peeking out of the scene. So I just had a big smile on my face when I saw this one.
Very nice. Thank you. I guess we're on.
We are now in the oil painting category, which is actually our biggest category this time, often is. And first place in the oil category is Pleasant Grove by Carolyn Cunningham. Okay. Almost feel bad saying that.
This just sings right off the canvas. It's amazing. The complementary colors and just the wonderful values for this, it's just a lot to admire. As your eye comes into the scene, you follow the roof line here and it comes down. And even if your eye catches these wires going out, these little posts just bring you right back in and then right down the path. It's just wonderfully done.
She's so talented. And she contributes so much to our organization.
And she's so full of energy.
Yes, she is.
What are you saying, she, what?
She wants to know what we're saying about her.
Okay, wait a minute. Where's number 2? Which one is 2?
96 Flowers by the Window.
Okay, good.
Okay. Second place is Flowers by the Window, oil painting by Roma Turoff.
Beautiful handling of colors. Her pinks, they're just spot on as far as the vibrancy and the non-vibrant areas. It's just a beautiful breath of summer. I love the light coming in the window, really adds to it, and she has amazing texture in those flowers too.
And Roma has also taken third place in the oil painting category with her painting titled Fall in Boger Winery.
I didn't realize I was picking the same artist.
She's very talented.
But
Not
she
surprising.
She is. This composition just showing part of the building makes you wonder what's around the corner. And her textures in those trees and her values are just spot on.
Yes, lovely, lovely piece. And she always sends her husband in with her work. She's so lucky that he does that for her.
Okay, we have an honorable mention in this category. This one happens to be by Anne-Marie Salch. This is titled Snow on the Mountain.
And just look at that. You can tell the snow is real, and the waterfall coming down is, I can hear it. She's used great textures as far in the foreground on the rocks and the weeds that are blooming there, and it's just pretty wonderful.
And she's a new member, so it's great to see a new member
Congratulations to
being
her.
acknowledged that way.
Yeah.
We have another honorable in this.
Honorable mention
This is a very
This really
large
was a
category.
category, and both of the other honorable mentions go to the same artist. This is Michael Fritchie, and it's titled something about San Francisco. When I find it, I can tell you. 57. It's titled San Francisco.
Okay,
So this is one of
original,
our
Michael.
honorable
Way to
mentions.
go.
I could tell it's San Francisco. The tall buildings, and it's very difficult to get a true perspective of something like this. And I think he did a wonderful job. I like his bold use of colors in this scene also. Very good.
He's a relatively new artist, and the first time we had the opportunity to see his work was at the county fair last year, and he entered the novice category. And I said, buddy, that's the last time you're ever in the novice category. Never again. You're too good for novice.
Congratulations to him.
Okay, one more honorable mention. Another one by Michael Fritchie. This is Cronin Ranch Trail.
I love the cool blues and the shadows. His use of texture and pastel work in the paints in the foreground. It's another one of those paintings that, you know, you just can picture yourself standing right there, right in the scene.
And the orange highlighting that he's used is really interesting. He didn't get pedantic about it. He didn't have to use it everywhere on everything, but it's just enough that it really lightens up everything and kind of brings some brightness into it.
It's a little sparkle as it
Yes.
runs through the painting.
Yes.
We are now in the mixed media and collage category, and our first place winner is Martha Brook for Greenwood Creek. This is a collage.
From a distance, the values draws you in. They're done perfectly here. It reads so well from a distance that it not only draws you in, but I had to see it up close. And then you can appreciate all the fine details, the tiny pieces of paper cuts, the reflective papers for water, even how she has a rock ledge built up with some depth in there, and it's just exquisite.
All right, second place is Villaggio Italiano by Sue Wickersham. This is truly mixed media. There's paint and paper, so there's collage on this as well.
All right, this is just excellent color harmony with the blues and oranges, complementary colors, and it's a textural delight when you look at this up close. Every building is texturally vivid, and it just kind of wakes you up.
Okay, our third place is, did you want to talk about this one now, or you want to wait? She wanted to give this an award, but the artist has already received 2 awards, so, but she did want to have...
The artist.
The artist she did want to say just a couple things about it.
Yes, this one did draw me in, and I truly would have loved to give it a ribbon also. The homes up on the hill, it's just a great perspective to see things like this up high, and then you have the cliff or down the hill is full of all this intricate work, and I think that's just amazing. Although it reminds me of just a rocky cliff, but it's not rocks.
And this is her second take on this scene. She did one a couple of years ago.
A couple years ago, yeah.
Called Waiting at the Light.
Waiting at the light.
And this is actually a corner in Placerville that if you turn into downtown and you're coming back out of downtown, you'll see that.
Well,
Or is
actually,
that
it's a
someplace different?
conglomeration of several houses along Spring Street and Coloma Street.
Okay.
Right there in that. What's the number? This is number 029. This is by, I'll talk for a second. It's by Valerie Bai. It's called A View from the Winery. Let's let these young ladies come through.
Okay, wait a minute. Next media. Why am I getting...
Wait a minute. Am I?
Oh, here it is. Fine.
I took the tag off. Okay, and I just want to say this. Valerie, if you're watching this, I want to thank you, because we looked at this piece and we thought, mixed media, but she read the rules. It's acrylic and
Alcohol ink.
ink. And if you worked with media from 2 different categories, and alcohol ink is in a different category, then it was supposed to be in mixed media. So that's where she put it, because she followed directions.
And probably this yellow is alcohol ink, and maybe this up in here for sure. But it's a lovely piece. But we'll let the judge talk about it.
It would have held up very, very well as an acrylic piece,
Yes,
too.
yes.
It certainly tells the story. I mean, you're going to go out for a lovely afternoon, wine tasting perhaps, and you're going to have a seat with this fabulous view expanding down out in front of you. And her use of bold colors work very well here. I'd like to sit there.
She's one of our lifetime members for the contributions that she's made to our group. She's an artist at Gold Country Gallery. She's very accomplished in so many different medias. So, wonderful artist.
Okay, we're going to move on to, we are in the miscellaneous category, which is pretty much anything that didn't fit in any of the other categories, but it had to be able to hang on the wall. So we have AI, we have mosaics, we have stained glass, we have ceramic pieces, we have all kinds of stuff. So this is actually kind of a tough category, but she picked her first and second place pretty quick. First place is titled Total Chaos, and it is by our illustrious president, Linnell Phillips. It's an AI piece.
Congratulations, Linnell Phillips. I see it was created in Midjourney, which I'm a little bit familiar with. It's created in Midjourney, but this image speaks to how the journey's just beginning. I mean, there's a lot going on in here, and it's all subject to her imagination.
And I picked blue to mat it with because I thought it was a good juxtaposition because it's so much chaos going on and destruction going on. And then put a little blue around it, and it's like,
Well, it works well with the neutrals in the painting.
And she loved this AI work. This is second place, called Pure Chaos by Linnell Phillips, another AI piece.
Also Midjourney, and this guy looks like he's had quite a journey. But what I especially like about it is how the painting is engaging the viewer so well with that one steely gaze in his eye there. It grabs your attention because you can't help but look back and focus on him.
thank you. Thank you for the awards. That person is behind the camera.
We have a third place here in miscellaneous category. This is called Tulips in Bloom. It's a stained glass piece by Sue Wickersham.
Oh, I've heard that name before.
Yeah, we
Yes,
caught right
Mother
behind us.
Lode.
Oh, yeah.
That too.
Well, these are just charming. It's certainly very springtimey, and I can picture this with more light shining on it to make it a little bit more bright, but it's very, very well done. I don't know a lot about stained glass, but it's very appealing.
And she conducts a class/workshop weekly in stained.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks in stained glass and mosaics, and so she's been really working in this media for a while, and it shows. It's looking really good.
We have an honorable mention up here. We have one way down there too, so after we're done with this one,
Okay.
pause it.
Which one?
This one. This is a lovely beaded mosaic piece, I guess you'd call it a mosaic, by Donna Nelson called Grandpa's Hillside Farm, on honorable mention.
There's a lot going on in here too. It's so detailed. The busyness doesn't bother me about this at all. It's almost like you can see what crops he's planted on each little hillside here. I see eggplant, I see green beans, I see corn. It's very well done. I like it.
It's very David Hockney inspired in the layout. It's really lovely in that regard. Mm-hmm. Is that it in this category?
We have one more honorable mention in this category.
Okay.
We're way down the hall, so you might want to pause it.
Wait, we're on.
We are now in the acrylic section, and our first place winner is Rick Naderloff. This is called Anticipation.
I can hear the splash of the water when I look at this. I can tell which direction they're going to move in, these koi, and it has such a wonderful feeling of motion and movement in this, but yet I find it very soothing too.
And if you look at it, you notice that, and it's difficult to see on the camera, but you notice that there's some inconsistencies in the resin. So a lot of people would have resined this flat.
Yeah.
But since he didn't do that, I think it really increases your feeling of motion with it.
With the water, especially
Yes.
because it makes you feel like the water is actually splashing.
Right. It was a very interesting technique that he used.
Okay. Second place. Second place. Second place in acrylic goes to Randy Honolaw for Sierra Crossing.
this pulls the viewer into the scene. You want to just head right down that path. And the style reminds me of an old magazine cover for, I can't think of the name of the nature magazine or ski resort or something, but it's just a lovely style, and I think it's very, very well done.
Randy is one of our most prolific and successful artists here in the county. He is at Gold Country Artist Gallery. He's represented there. And this is a new style for him. He's been doing color blocking for quite some time, but this bigger spaces of color is new, and I think he's being very successful at it. I like it too.
Works very well, yes.
Okay. Third place in acrylics, and she's smiling because she just loves this. This is third place. This is number 69, I'm gonna check, by Kate Ellis, called Goaty Goat.
I find this goat absolutely charming. The rendition of it in such a naive style, it just exudes happiness. I could hear him trotting along on this little path and getting over there where the grass is. It's a delight.
Kate is also a new artist with us, and I think that she'll be very happy to see how well received her art was. So, because it is a little bit different in style. I personally do like the naive art, outsider art kind of style, and she really nailed it with this.
It's very folk art.
Very much.
And we have an honorable mention. In the acrylic category, we have an honorable mention titled Poppin' Poppies by Valerie By.
This one has that wow factor, it grabs your attention, and it would cheer up any room no matter where it's hung. I liked her style, her background works very well with this. Well done.
This is our water media category, which this time was very small. We only had 5 entries, and the rule is 6 entries in order to give a first, second, and third. So we have awarded a first and second place. First place goes to Vesla Hooper for Morning Glory.
Another one of those scenes that just makes the viewer want to sit on that rock right there in the foreground. Excellent use of holding your values where they belong in a landscape scene like this, and in watercolor, I know it's difficult. It's just very beautiful.
Turn it off. Second place in water media. This is by Rick Naderloff, and this is Fresia's.
This is a most excellent handling of the watercolors. For me, it's just a delight to see these almost swaying in the breeze. Very well done.
Yeah, I agree. It's an engaging piece. All right, congratulations, Rick.
In
Now,
mixed media.
start.
Okay.
Now.
And third place in mixed media collage is this lovely piece. It's acrylic and alcohol ink. It's by Valerie By, and it is titled View from the Winery.
This one tells a story. Who wouldn't like to sit on those chairs and have a glass of wine and just look at the expanse of these rolling hills out in front of you? It's done very well. I like the bold colors, her choices, and yeah, I could sit in that chair for a while with a glass of wine. Very nice.
Sounds good. We'll do that after we're done here.
Okay, one more thing. Sculpture or three-dimensional work, and we have a variety of types of work in 3D. The rule was it had to be something that you could look at from all sides, and this is the first time we've had a beautiful piece of jewelry, at least in my history here. This is first place. This is by Deborah Appleby. It's called AI, A Message to Humankind.
I found this very striking, and I liked her use of the curved surfaces, even in the larger portion and all the way down to the smaller curves and circles in the actual necklace. It works well together, lovely burnished copper.
Congratulations, Deborah. I know you're going to be thrilled about that.
And second place in our 3D, this is number 1. This is second place. This is titled Queen by Deborah Kelly.
Well, I'm going to assume she's the Queen of Saint Germain, and she looks stunning in her burnished copper, very regal. I like this a lot, like a trophy almost.
Oh yeah.
is number 9.
Okay, third place in three-dimensional work is by Patty Cisneros, called Happy Guy.
Happy guy indeed. Look at this guy. He looks like he's just full of joy. He may have just come back from the picnic area where he may have pilfered a picnic lunch. It filled up his belly there. Very happy guy. Love it.
Okay, this is honorable mention in three-dimensional work. This is by Valerie Burkhoff, and it is titled Carla.
Well, cowgirls rock. Yeah. She looks like she may have had a very busy day. I like the soft colors of her clothing and her skin tones and the hat. Everything goes well together, and she looks like she has a story to tell.
The braid looks like it's real hair. I mean,
Yeah.
from where I'm standing, you want to touch it to see if it has the texture of hair. I know it doesn't, but it gives you that idea. I want to thank our judge, Carolyn Burns, for helping us today. And I look forward to seeing your entry in the Motherlode show this year and maybe in our October members show. So we're looking forward to that. Thank you so much for your help today, Karen.
I've enjoyed it immensely. It's hard work, but very fun.
Thank you, Karen. Okay.
So here we are again, and those of you who have watched this far probably have realized that there was no best of show named. And that sometimes happens, you know, we get in the heat of things and there it is. So we managed to find our judge. We pulled her out of her car and back from the parking lot and asked her to come in and take a look at all the first place winners and then decide on the best of show for us. So for those of you who received awards in the category of oil painting, everyone will get bumped up one notch because we have the award for best of show going to Carolyn Cunningham, awarded by Karen Burns. And Karen has already talked about this a little bit, but why don't you, just now that you've decided that this is the absolute best in the building, tell us a little bit more about why you feel that way.
Oh, first of all, who doesn't love a barn? Come on. And the more dilapidated the barn, the better, really. But the values in here hold so well, and the darkest darks are your uprights, and she has this beautiful pale yellow sky, which probably means it was late afternoon, early evening, I'm guessing. But your eye comes in with this nice row of darks and follows the roof line here of the barn. And if your eye comes to these phone wires, you're going to be pulled right back in with these couple posts and then slide down this roof, and you're going to find yourself on this path where all these textural leads are right there. And it's just a very, very lovely painting.
And I think you mentioned something very interesting about the wires, because some people would have edited those wires out, yet Carolyn used those as a way to pull the focus around in the painting. And I think that artists need to think about the possibility of leaving the wires in and not just taking them out, because this looks very authentic to the scene.
And another thing is, even these posts here, once you come back in through here, you're not going to rush down that path and get out of the painting. You're going to pause. You're going to pause at these posts, stop a minute, rest your hand on them, and then continue on your way. So there are some nice lines going on here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And congratulations, Carolyn, on your best of show.
Thank you.
You get the big ribbon.
I get the big